shopping and more shopping. You can get that done at the team store inside of Verizon Center here in Washington, D.C. This is the NHL on Comcast Sportsnet this Tuesday night. Joe Beninati and Craig Laughlin settling in for Vancouver and Washington Part 2 with a grade 8 back on home ice, at least for a short while. Getting set to scramble with the Vancouver Canucks, second best in the Pacific Division. A Vancouver squad with Chris Higgins going along nicely at 16, 7, and 1. Washington entering play fourth in the Metropolitan Division, 10, 9, and 4 overall. Part of a 10-game slate around the NHL. This one from our nation's capital, bringing the centers Bonino and Backstrom to the dot. We're underway. The on-ice officials, the referees are Dan O'Halloran and Jean Hebert. The linesmen are Greg Dvorsky and Pierre Racicot.
And both teams coming off a loss. For the Vancouver Canucks, losing to the Detroit Red Wings. For the Capitals, not a very good performance in TO on Saturday night. Would like to get off to a quick start here at Verizon Center.
Ovechkin roaring in, putting on some stick handling moves. He's bumped by Alex Edler. Ovechkin drifting out of the corner to the slot. Back on top for Alsner. Stretch it out for a Niskanen wrister that floats wide of a screen. Ryan Miller. Canucks in the traveling whites with Bonino, the former Anaheim Duck property, to scale in.
Man, he's fitting in very nicely. Remember, he went in that Kessler deal and actually has more numbers than Kessler does right now in Anaheim.
Nick Bonino, 26-year-old Connecticut native, of whom Locker speaks. Niskanen paddles it ahead to the birthday boy, Joel Ward, turning 34 today. As the Canucks advance. That pass is ahead of the hard-charging Radim Vrbata. Daniel Sedin motors out of his own zone. Veteran hard-nosed rear guard Kevin Bieksa will scale in. Braden Holtby gets his first touch. As the Canucks look to threaten in the game's second minute. Brooks Light bumped up a line, cranks one from 75 feet. No trouble for Ryan Miller.
And the better off the Capitals will be. On that last sequence, they flushed out Sedin from behind the net. The Sedin boys create a ton of offense when they get the puck below the goal line. The faster you can get them out of there, Joe B., the better off the Caps are going to be here tonight.
Lyndon Bay was just smoked by Brooks Orpik. Taking back to Sean Mathias. He was poke checked to center. This is a delayed offside against Vancouver. You watch Jack Hillen posted up behind the cage. Token forechecking pressure from Brad Richardson. As Hillen will venture right up the gut. Off of Marcus Johansson to steer in. Chris Tanev is the first man back for Vancouver. Fay off of his 2-goal performance in that loss to Detroit. First ever career multi-goal game for 7 in the white.
And watch the way the Vancouver Canucks are breaking out, Joe. Twice already they're coming off the middle. It may be an area of concern. The Capitals might not want to close that off. They're coming out of the zone by just throwing it up the middle as the Capitals are taking away the boards. If they're going to take away the boards, that first guy has to make sure he pushes the puck that way so they can intercept and establish the forecheck.
We'll see how that transpires as the evening goes along. Bo Horvat wears 53 in the white. 19-year-old rookie. We didn't get to see him in late October when the Caps were inside of Rogers Arena in beautiful Vancouver. The centering pass caroms all the way back to point position. Bieksa gives it a nudge. At the opposite point, Lucas Spiza will turn 25 in January. Hard-working Hansen is there. Turns it back to point position for Bieksa. He fires. That's deflected away as Holtby was at the top of the crease.
Yeah, good shot right there. An excellent stop by Holtby early on, Joe B.
Craig Laughlin takes you through the net-minding matchup.
It's a good one. Ryan Miller goes for the Vancouver Canucks. Only Pekka has more wins than Miller. He's at 15-4. Goals against under 2.5. Stopped 100 of its last 105 shots. For Braden, looking for his 9th win, Joe B. His last 9 games, he's been very good with the goals against just a sliver above 2.
Unfortunately for Braden, he takes the loss in Toronto. He gave up the 3rd goal of the game, the ultimate game winner. This one's off the outside of the post at point-blank range. The Canucks were close to starting the scoring. It was Burrows who hit the pipe, and then Holtby makes the save and cover.
Well, this is a handful, this line, when you throw Bonino, Burrows, and Higgins out there. Obviously, guys on the flank that can really score, and Nick Bonino's a very good setup guy. Here's the move on the backhand, and there it is. Right past the outstretched left toe of Braden Holtby, right off the pipe and out. Goalie's best friend saves the day early on here in Washington.
33-year-old Quebec native Alex Burrows has never scored against Washington. That trend continues by a whisker.
Yeah, much better year for Burrows. Remember, Joe B had 5 goals last year. He already has 6 for the Canucks so far.
John Carlson will tumble it into the corner. Tom Wilson brushes it on around. Steered back to center, where Backstrom will gallop to play defensively. Nicholas cross rink to Brooks Orpik. Powering his way through center, and he'll sky one wide of the cage, guarded by Ryan Miller. Turns out to be an icing against Washington. He's the secret Swami. Here's Craig's Voice on Value, presented by Morgan Franklin Consulting.
First strike is imperative for Trotz's team. They play so much better when they gather the first goal. They're 9-1-1 scoring first. But if they allow the first goal, Joe B, they've just won 1 time in 12 tries. It's very important. It sets the table. They get some confidence. They're going to play better if they can get one past Miller early on.
The Verbata chance is gloved by Holtby, tracking it down from a sharp angle. Barry Trotz's team entering play today with a total of 24 points on their ledger, knowing that this is just a pit stop at home before they head for the road inside of the Metropolitan Division.
And they want to get better on home ice, Joe. Just 5-4-3. And over the years, a lot of the Capitals' success have come right here at Verizon Center. They've been a very tough team to get points from. Not so far this season. They've got to rekindle that type of atmosphere and excitement here, putting up some wins on their ledger.
Joel Ward goes one-on-one against Stanton. Ryan Stanton takes the puck and reverses quickly. Makes a break for it. Yannick Weber through center. Centering pass there for Verbata was just away from him, as that was an angled opportunity to the near post. Daniel Sedin to identical twin Henrik. This is Daniel for Henrik once more. He's the captain of the Canucks. Eric Fair playing NHL game number 400 tonight. Gets it ahead for Brooks Laich, and Laich will scale in. Lucas Sbisa venturing back behind the cage, getting help from Bieksa. 4 different goal scorers for Vancouver in its win over Washington back in late October. Richardson carving in to the outside on Carlson. Turns the cooker. Didn't have long enough reach to wrap that one. Yevgeny Kuznetsov through center will sprinkle it into Johansson's corner. He goes there with Sbisa. 4 in the scrum behind Ryan Miller, as we've crossed 5.5 minutes played in the opening frame right now. Backhand chance into the glove of Miller, and he has that secured. Locker, you were discussing how these teams have a penchant for winning when they get on the board first. That does include Willie Desjardins' side.
Yeah, you take a look at Toronto, perfect, along with Montreal. The Flyers at 5-0-1. Vancouver 10-2. His club, the Caps under Trotz, 9-1-1. And then Nashville also fares very well. It's just a confidence factor. You're on the bench, you score first as a player, you just feel like your game can come together. It's going to be interesting to see how the Caps respond if they get that first goal against Vancouver.
Johansson towards the front. That was angled away. Healthy scratches for the Capitals. Liam O'Brien and Michael Latta out of this game tonight. Richardson, as Kuznetsov puts a tow rope on him. Matthias dealing with Hillen. On Matthias, captured along the boards. Lyndon Vey is there. Bieksa waiting for that screen to develop. Spots Vey open behind the cage. Matthias in tight quarters. Skip a man. Good catch of that pass by Sbisa. His wrister was spoiled by Brouwer. We continue 5-aside. Nearing the 7-minute mark. No penalties up until this point, as Johansson will make a break for it with Brouwer, and Schmidt joining for a 3-on-2. Brouwer closes off the boot of Johansson. End to end the other way. This is a potential 2-on-1 for Vancouver. Hansen Fires, and he missed it high. All the way back to center, where the Canucks will reorganize. Jannik Hansen, 28-year-old native of Denmark, captures his own pass, skids to a stop, plays it to the point position for Stanton. Jay Beagle was there defensively, along with Jason Chimera, and he'll sprint down the wing. Chimera pulls the trigger. That's blocked out of play by Yannick Weber. 7 minutes, 1 second gone by in a scoreless first frame. Yevgeny Kuznetsov introducing himself to Linden Bay. Two teams split a pair of one-goal games last year. No scoring in this one tonight, Canucks and Caps. Star Trek presented by Toyota. Locker, 2 men with 200 in mind.
Yeah, Henrik Sedin, 199 career goals. He's running cold a little bit for the Canucks recently, Joe B. Let's hope he stays that way. 1 goal his last 14. And the birthday boy, Joel Ward, 198 career points. A couple of goals, couple of helpers, or helper and a goal, and he'll hit the 200-point plateau.
Joel, now in his 10th season as a pro, played his first ever game against the Vancouver Canucks in Vancouver. Bonino getting the better of Backstrom on this draw. We've got 12:55 in the opening period. Shots on goal favoring Vancouver, 4-2. Chris Tanev, the 24-year-old Toronto native. On the send-away through neutral ice, there's Tanev jumping up into the rush. Niskanen with a well-timed hit on Alex Burrows, who's had the best scoring chance so far this evening. Hit the post with a backhander against Braden Holtby. Edler pawns it off to Burrows. He'll twist it down low. Bonino wrapping right through the crease. Ooh, the follow-up chance came right through the goal mouth, too. Chris Higgins with an opportunity there.
They've had a very good forecheck to start this game, Joe. The Caps are really going to have to get them out of those lower areas, force them out, overload them, and get that puck away from them. This is a very good cycle team that we're seeing early on here in the first period.
Niskanen calmly out of his own territory with Brooks Orpik. Paddling it off the boards and down. Ryan Miller will get into the act. Can get a lot of wood on that. Bieksa next in line. Twisting it on back for Lucas Spiza. Pressure comes from Fair. Ward turns it over. Joel Ward waits. Ward to the high slot for Fair. Working through the cycle, he was double teamed. And the Canucks come to the rescue defensively. Verbata to place it back into the offensive zone. Orpik tidying things up for Washington with Joel Ward. Orpik on target for Fair. 2-on-2 at the line with Brooks Light. Fair hooks off, tried to find Orpik at the point. Deflection just wide by Troy Brower. Stanton free and clear through neutral. Matthias for Verbata, and this is offside against Vancouver. Thompson Creek with this window of opportunity. NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly in town, speaking to a group of season ticket holders. That's executive producer Ross Greenberg, too. The Winter Classic to come on January 1st. Epix, E-P-I-X, will be fashioning the road to the Winter Classic. A behind-the-scenes look at the Caps and the Blackhawks as they make their way to Nats Park. Those two gentlemen were fielding questions about an hour and a half before face-off tonight.
4 great episodes, I hear, prior to the Winter Classic, Joe B.
Deputy Commissioner Daly will join us between periods 1 and 2. To the slot here, it's Bay. To Bieksa, long wrister, with Richardson lurking in front. Hillen is there to help, and then Holtby boots the puck to the back boards. Richardson to point position. That'll get away from Spiza and force Vancouver back into its own end. We near the midway mark of the opening period. Both teams in the middle of a line change. 6-2 now. Shots on goal favoring Vancouver. A deliberate breakout for the Canucks, to say the least. Hansen motors back through center. Plays it on the wing for Dorsett. Canceled out by Chimera. John Carlson for Washington going off the glass. And Chimera plays it further for Andre Burakovsky, who'll slug it in. Miller Lost the handle there. Beagle and Chimera were closing ranks. It's bounced free. Burakovsky had no shooting lane. Orpik delivers it rink wide. As Ryan Miller, you get his point of view from the cage. The Canucks will stride back through center. Dorsett loves to hit through a bump at Carlson. Orpik has plenty of room. He'll come rink wide. Backstrom down the alleyway for Ovechkin, and straightening him up was the big defender, the Swedish-born Alexander Edler. Wilson turning, shreds one defender, finds Ovechkin. His pass was blocked, high in the air and out of play. Exactly 11 minutes into the contest. The grade 8 and the Caps entertaining the Canucks on Comcast Sportsnet. Souvenir time.
Really good in tight areas. They're really good in high traffic areas. You know, it seems like they know where each other are at all times, and so we got to take their time and space away. But they are good enough that they can beat you one-on-one and make you look a little bit silly. So we need layers. We need you know, collectively to try and shut them down, put a blanket over them so that they don't have a whole lot of room to be able to create and make plays.
Troy Brouwer with our legal seafoods bite of the night, addressing how he and his line mates will do their best against the Sedin twins. Still can't tell them apart, although Barry Trotz says that he can.
I can.
Nope, not even close. As identical as you'll find. Backstrom to dump in. There's no score in this hockey game with 8:45 to go in the first period of play. This Vancouver team is the highest scoring squad on the road. Snapshot coming, and Holtby makes the save on Edler. No team in the league has more goals away from home than the boys in white.
And we got to send out our well wishes to our colleague Jill Sorensen. Jill being a little bit of a fender bender coming to the game. That's why it's just you and me up here in the booth for tonight's action. She was going to join us rinkside for tonight's clash with Vancouver. Feel better, Jill? We're thinking about you.
Definitely, and we're glad that you send along your notes because we'll steal from those throughout the night.
Her topics, yes we will.
I'm sure it hurts to laugh, but she's laughing nonetheless. Spiza around and round with Johansson, and Marcus leaves it back behind the Washington net. Guarded once more by Braden Holtby. The first time he's ever faced Vancouver in his NHL career. As Alsner lifts it ahead, Brouwer bats it towards the cage, and that's picked up on the move by Ryan Miller. The assist leaders are presented by your local Hyundai dealers. You can let them assist you in scoring the lowest prices on the hottest lineup in America. These are Swedes who have a passing fancy.
Pretty impressive, aren't they? The two Sedins at the top of the ledger, along with Zetterberg. There's Nick Backstrom, fourth among all Swedish-born players. Olin, Nick Lidstrom, all-time leader with 878 helpers.
Matthias Olin, I see that name and I remember him for so many profitable seasons in a Vancouver sweater. An injury-plagued career at the end. Burrows moving it on. Spiza will send it hard around. Holtby cuts it off. 5-on-5 play continues. We have not had a power play to this point in the contest. Good read by Bieksa as he gets run to the ditch by Light. Spiza will dump it in. Caps fell 4-2 in late October in Vancouver. Scored first in that game. Marcus Johansson provided it. It's the only time this season the Caps have scored first and lost in regulation. Bieksa winding it up. Meanders through center and drives it in. Holtby moves the puck along the boards. Chimera protecting, then for Beagle, 3-on-3. Drive from Hillen, stick save, Ryan Miller.
That was a beautifully executed breakout by the Caps. A couple of tap passes, and then you see the D joining the rush. Real good shot by Hillen that really tested the goaltender, Joe, but it's all about joining the rush, and the Capitals, because of their D in being involved, created that 3-on-2.
Jannik Hansen to the slot there for a Dorsett drive, shut down on the short side by Holtby, and he'll melt the rebound.
Now pushing and shoving in front, and of course, Dorsett right involved in the middle of things. He has 49 PIMs already for this Vancouver Canucks team. We talked about that breakout. Well, it ended up on the stick of Jack Hillen on a nice feed from Beagle. And this is the Caps' best scoring chance here in this period. Trying to go 5-hole. You can see Miller looking around, looking for the puck after he made the save in that butterfly style.
Nice teaching point there for you, Locker. You could see the way Jack Hillen presented his stick. He was ready to receive that pass. A good note for youngsters out there.
Yeah, get your stick on the ice, yell for it, communicate, and be ready. And that's all about stick preparation, and that showed a lot of everything there by Jack Hillen.
6:43 to go in the opening period. Alex Ovechkin tapping it towards the cage. Edler's long relay sends in Vrbata. Radim Vrbata from the sharp angle, and that's a routine stop for Braden Holtby, who's been making a lot of saves in his last 6 outings in particular.
Yeah, Verbata's fit in well with 10 goals already playing with the Sedin boys.
Folks, we want you involved on Twitter, as always, hashtag Capitals Talk. What storylines would you like to see Epix cover in its all-access series on the Winter Classic? Hashtag Capitals Talk. The storylines you want to see the guys and gals at Epix cover in the series to come that leads us up to January 1st. If I understand correctly, Locker, the Epix family joins ours at the tail end of this week when we are in New Jersey.
It'll be exciting. A lot of camera crew and staff around the team.
Make room. Make room.
There goes your seat on the plane.
Yeah, goodbye. I'm on the wing. 5-on-5 with 6:15 to go in the opening period right now. Like points it for Orpik. He lets it fly to the glove of Ryan Miller.
Yeah, you can see the bodies trying to get in front. You know, Barry Trotz always talks about creating chaos, getting good bodies to the front of the net. Even as Orpik, notice as he takes his time there just to get the shot away. Notice how the big clash in front of the net. A pretty good box out by all the guys in white, but look at the 3 guys getting there. That's good. That's a good sign. And they're listening to the coaching staff getting there, and Orpik makes sure he gets that puck on the net.
Last time the Caps were at home, Orpik had 9 hits in the game against the New York Islanders. Solid showing for the Caps back on Friday. They then fell north of the border in Toronto. Another Canadian foe this evening from Vancouver. Mathias with a good lift check. Did not escape the zone. Ovechkin absorbs the hit from Spiza, and Wilson will rewind at neutral with 5:45 separating us from Lattice's intermission line. Wilson in hot pursuit. Richardson plays it on for Mathias. Centering pass. Bay keeping an eye on Ovechkin. It's 2-on-2 the other way. Richardson to the boards and pounded there by Wilson. Ovechkin looking for the takeaway over skates. Barry Trotz in the middle of a change as the Canucks sail it in. Holtby around the corner curve. Bonino's pass is going to force Stanton back to center. Shots on goal are 9-5 now for the Canucks. Burrows a centering pass. It's jammed wide by Higgins. Bonino throws it back towards point position. Weber well up on the play. Bonino shuffles it on back. Stanton was erased there by Brouwer, and then Kuznetsov will kick it to center. Weber once more. This will dribble to the doorstep where Holtby will play for Nate Schmidt. Marcus Johansson stretching his legs. Then Kuznetsov for Brouwer. Back to the front, blocked away by Edler. Kuznetsov's first 3 NHL points against Vancouver, all assists in this building last year. A little bit more than 4 minutes with which to work in the opening frame. Edler delivers for Tanev. He gave it up. Hillen driving in there, fires, deflected high and out of play by Edler. 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go. We'll bring you back for the conclusion of the first period in just a few moments with the NHL on CSN. Are still looking for the first tally on the board. Canucks and Caps are scoreless. Caps insider Chuck Gormley has a word on Brooks Orpik and the Sedins.
Yeah, I think Brooks Orpik is one guy who could probably tell these twins apart. He faced them for the first time in the 1999 World Junior Championships. To tell you how good they were then, they combined for 19 points in 6 games. Brooks Orpik has faced them a lot over the years. He says, if you're not hard on them, they'll eat you alive. So we'll see a lot of that tonight. And I'll tell you one thing they share in common, the same birthday. All three guys were born on September 26, 1980.
We need to find out who the old man is, Chuck. Read more of Chuck Gormley at csnwashington.com. All three of those gentlemen now 34 years of age. Like turned to the corner by Tanev. Worked him over feverishly there with the stick. And then Ryan Miller won't take any chances with Joel Ward hungry for a loose puck.
And there they are going up the middle again, but Joel Ward making sure he took that away. Good opportunity on the takeaway there as he disrupted the Sedins coming out of the zone. Joel Ward, birthday boy, hoping to get on the board in tonight's game. Has some pretty impressive numbers throughout his career.
His best single season numbers a year ago, 24 goals and 25 assists for 59 total points. Ovechkin right off the draw, buzzed one wide. John Carlson to the loose rebound. Bonino interrupting before it got to Backstrom, and the Canucks are away, looking to spring Alex Burrows. That was fenced out of the air with a high stick, and thus the whistle against Washington. Folks, there's no score in this hockey game. 'Tis the season for Caps hockey. You can check your bad holiday gifts to the boards. Holiday packs are on sale now. Each of them includes a ticket to 2 Caps home games, 1 ticket to the Bridgestone NHL Winter Classic in Nats Park, and an NHL Winter Classic replica puck signed by a player of your choice. Call 202-266-CAPS. Sounds like a nice prize. A really nice prize. Niskanen bolting out of his own zone. Rubbed away there defensively as the Canucks were stout in the neutral ice. Burrows lifts it ahead with 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first. Backstrom on a 5-game point scoring streak for Wilson, who was thumped by Spiza and gave it right back to him. Luca Spiza winding out of his own zone. Backstrom makes the takeaway. Willie Desjardins, the head coach for Vancouver, wants the line change. Edler stokes it on for Richardson. Probing back through center where Brouwer was waiting for Washington. He gave it up. And then Vey gave it right back to him. Kind of him.
Yeah, real nice of him.
Lyndon Vey for Sean Matthias. On the hop, hitting Richardson in stride. He fires off the elbow of Holtby, and it caroms out of play.
Well, both teams really trying to have the puck a lot between the two blue lines, and both teams changing up their lines very quickly. The last turnover, you see the transition, and Richardson coming off the wall just lets her fly. Already has 6 assists and 10 points this season, playing a couple of teams. This coach right up there at the first quarter hallmark, you'd have to say, is one of the candidates for Coach of the Year for what he's done with the Vancouver Canucks.
Definitely would be receiving consideration. Snapshot goes wide of the goal. Vancouver, second best in the Pacific Division at 16-7-1. Matt Niskanen looking to advance for Washington. Hansen had other ideas. Horvat in front, and then the put away for Dorsett.
You know, some pushing and shoving with Alsner and Dorsett down low. And they're very quick. They've been moving the puck effectively, especially coming out of their zone, and they've had a lot of play in the Capital zone. And there's the look. Barry Trotz, the head coach, as the Capitals go down by a goal, 1-0 on a pretty good passing play down low. And Dorsett puts her home. All starts on the turnover. Nice little play by Horvat, and he throws it across, the 19-year-old. A beautiful pass. And Hansen started that with the rip-off. All 3 of those guys in that line will get a point on this play. Half-wall rip-off leads to an attack and leads to a goal on our Jeep net cam. Here's Holtby trying to get that catching glove over, but not in time. And the Canucks have a 1-0 lead.
Nice touch displayed there by both Dorsett and Bo Horvat, the 19-year-old who was twice a 30-goal scorer for Dale Hunter in London, Ontario. Vancouver gets the lead at 17:58 of the first. They're out shooting Washington by more than a 2-to-1 ratio. It's 11-5 for the Canucks. Back through center comes Bieksa. Launched it right to the blocker pad of Holtby. Verbata will place it down low. Orpik comes a running for Washington. Joel Ward looking to clear with 1:35 to go in the opening frame. All the action in this first period conducted 5-on-5. Edler was muscled there by Fair. Bieksa launching himself into the fray. Henrik Sedin was tied up. And this will bounce back to center where Daniel covers up. Daniel Sedin with a self pass out wide to Bieksa. No running room with Orpik in his way. Backstrom racing onto this one. The centering feed for Ovechkin. He tried to play that between the skates. Wilson to the boards for Alzner. Final minute of the first. Backstrom delays. Keeps the cycle humming for Ovechkin. Snapshot off the outside of the goal. The big rebound collected by Vancouver. It's not out. Alzner pumps it wide intentionally. Ryan Miller was ready for that. Edler failed to clear. Wilson attack there. Backstrom for Tom Wilson. 30 seconds to operate. This pass will get away and force Washington back into its own zone.
And it got away because Niskanen, as soon as they got it on the half wall, he was driving the center lane looking for the pass. Once it ricocheted off the boards on an indirect pass, he was already vacated that point position. And the Vancouver Canucks fortunate to clear the zone.
14 seconds with which to work for the Canucks, who have a 1-0 advantage. Brouwer in good shape defensively, didn't get it out. Orpik cleaning up in front. 6 seconds to go. Brouwer rumbles out of his own zone. 3 seconds to play. Doesn't shoot it in time. The opening stanza comes to its conclusion with the guests on top, thanks to a tally from 27-year-old Derek Dorsett. Dorsett with goals against Colorado, Edmonton, and now Washington. The primary assist to Bo Horvat, sending Washington to the dressing room, trailing by 1. Lattice's Intermission Live is coming up. We'll go back to the studio in a matter of moments. NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly's in town. I'll chat with him. And then I'll team up with Locker for highlights and stats. Washington and Vancouver, 1 of 10 tonight. It's a Tuesday on the NHL slate. Vancouver has the advantage as we send you back to the studio. Al Koken and Alan May for Lattice's Intermission Live. This Comcast Sportsnet coverage of Capitals hockey is being brought to you by your Washington area Honda dealers. Get year-end clearance deals during Happy Honda Days. Why settle for less than a Honda? See your local Honda dealer today. Lattice's All Systems Grow. University of Maryland, University College. Toyota. Check out the bold new 2015 Camry and visit buyatoyota.com for offers. And by The Interview in theaters on Christmas. Here in Washington, D.C., the Capitals and Canucks, second and final regular season meeting. Vancouver winning at Rogers Arena in late October 4-2. Derek Dorsett has the lone strike tonight as Eric Fair takes this draw with Henrik Sedin to begin your second period. Joe Beninati and Craig Lachlan shouting out thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew. CSN Mid-Atlantic's continuing coverage of the Washington Capitals. This matchup with Vancouver and Verbata with a firing drive that was off the blocker pad of Braden Holtby.
And it all started with a good breakout outside their blue line and a little chip pass. They're using very short passes to get through the Capitals' defense between the two blue lines.
Henrik Sedin was bumped off the biscuit by John Carlson. Point position, Tanev winds and fires. That was erased in front. And Eric Fair will stride back through center and deal in. Barry Trotz wants an early line change as you get an up-close and personal look at Tanev, spilling one back to center. Niskanen had to wait at the attacking line. Look at this carom to the slot. No harm done with Ryan Miller below the goal line.
And Niskanen, of all players in this hockey game, played the most, close to 9.5 to 10 minutes of that first period.
No surprise as Niskanen pulls the trigger there. That was deadened. Tom Wilson back to point position. Alzner pumps it wide of the cage. The Capitals are hoping to get Mike Green back to practice tomorrow before they make their way on their road swing that begins in Raleigh Thursday.
And maybe that'll help spark them on in the first periods. The Capitals, the last 6 games, Joby, have not had a first intermission lead. The last time they led after the first intermission was on the road against Arizona.
Coach Trotz now in his 16th full season. First with Washington. Bottom of the screen, the numbers are hard to come by against Vancouver, a team that for a long time has been very, very solid. Remember, they had won the Northwest Division 5 straight years before they placed 5th in the Pacific last year, missing the postseason party like the Caps. In the same way that Washington had lorded over the old Southeast, Vancouver used to do that to the Northwest Division. Hillen clears it on through Johansson. Miller barking the traffic instructions for Bieksa. Ripped off by Brouwer. Point position. Schmidt's wrister that's deflected to the back glass. Keep it moving for Johansson. Spinning off the Bonino check. Bonino, though, using his hockey stick to make the takeaway. And Chris Higgins will rock it back in the other direction. For Burrows. Bounced over his blade. He took Schmidt down to the deck. Centering pass blocked off by Jack Hillen. Even in full strength as Schmidt is hawked back behind the cage. Carefully maneuvering away from the pressure was Johansson right in front of his own goal.
And that's a very aggressive pressure by the Canucks. Anytime they sense a good forechecking chance, they are sending two guys in the Capitals puck carrier.
The Kuznetsov snapshot right to the chest of Ryan Miller. Vancouver has the lead as we can look at the lay of the land out west in the NHL.
Well, Vancouver probably one of the surprises coming off of last season, not making the playoffs. The top 8, the Ducks expected, Preds. That's a sort of a change of events under Lindy Ruff or under Laviolette. Canucks, Flames, Blackhawks, Kings, and Jets round out the top 8. Hey, where are the Sharks?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. Backstrom ready on this draw. It squirts right through Ovechkin and back to neutral ice. 1-0 if you're just tuning in. Vancouver's lone strike coming from Derek Dorsett, his third of the year at 17:58 back in the opening period. Matthias lost it. Backstrom is in good shape there. As it rolled away, he finds Karlsson for a quick trigger. Score!
Well, we've been craving a strong forecheck. The Capitals get it. Canucks a little careless. And how about this release? And that's from a standstill, fans. That's darn impressive. The way Karlsson receives and snaps in the same motion. Good net presence by Willie. Wilson gets in front of the sight lines of their goaltender and our Jeep net cam. You'll see that go right through the armpit. The old-fashioned 7 or 8 hole, and the Caps have tied it up here in the second period.
John Karlsson now with points in 3 straight. Vancouver comes right back with a booming drive that was blocked down in front of Braden Holtby, who went to the splits. See the Capitals defenders practice that every day. Morning skate, regular practice as well. Sometimes those flat-footed releases can catch goalies napping.
And that just shows how powerful that John Karlsson is and NHL players overall. To be able to do it without transferring weight is impressive. No weight transfer, that's all forearm and shoulder strength exhibited there on Karlsson, who gets his 3rd goal of the season.
First time he's ever struck against Vancouver. Karlsson, who will turn 25 in January, had a couple of assists in the losing effort in Toronto back on Saturday. Leveling the count here at the 2:45 mark of the second. Henrik Sedin delivers for Vrbata. He'll go wide. Verbata's quick release sails wide of Braden Holtby in the nets for Washington tonight. Henrik to twin brother Daniel. Henrik a long way from the goal, knocked down in front, and Holtby makes the rebound stop on Bieksa, and he'll cover.
And there you see that cycle with Vrbata and the Sedins. Joining the rush there is Bieksa, who ends up in front of the net. They attack with 4 different guys. Look at the weave at the top. Notice it's Sedin who has the puck. The shot, the deflection's wonderful on the stop. And then the puck shoveled underneath of Braden Holtby. Real good couple of saves against Bieksa and his mates after the goal by Karlsson.
It was very interesting to listen to Barry Trotz discuss the Sedins earlier today at Kettler Iceplex as the Capitals are whistled for an icing call. The ability that the top players, Alex Ovechkin included, the ability for them to make plays in tight spaces can be extraordinary.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you look at the Sedin twins, 1,690 points combined this season for Alex. 12 goals in 23 games for the Capitals star player.
Barry was talking about the deception with which the Sedins operate. Very, very clever. Big-time point producers for years in the NHL. 4 minutes gone by, second period, and 1-1 in D.C. Carl Alsner has the puck for the Capitals. Everyday blue liner, cross rink for Niskanen. This goes on through Wilson and down. Remember, Steve Oleksy was brought in from the American Hockey League for the game in Toronto. He was reassigned right afterwards back to the AHL. Burrows on the drop pass for Higgins. Snapshot on the way, deflected wide of the goal. So the Caps are still without Mike Green and John Erskine, Aaron Volpatti and Dmitry Orlov. Those men on the injured list. Johansson gets the middle. Crisscrossing with Brouwer. Good defense turned in by Alex Edler. This is Lyndon Bay 2-on-2. Bay throwing a lot of head fakes at John Carlson. He wasn't buying. Mathias run to the boards by Kuznetsov. Orpik shoving down Richardson. Then one hands it along and the Caps are away. This is a potential 3-on-1 developing. Johansson closing. Cross rink. Excellent hustle by Mathias to break it up. Set it for Brouwer. Pinballs wide of the goal. Carlson. For Troy Brouwer once more. Marked by Lucas Spiza. Spiza playing catch with Lyndon Bay, and he'll hoist it high over a leaping Carlson back to center. Weber on the advance, glove down by Carlson, who has the equalizer for Washington here in the middle frame. Fair on the drop pass for Ward. Looking to connect with Brooks Laich, and Karam's away. The long slap send away for Dorsett. Pulls up, waiting for reinforcements. Good defensive pressure there. Smothering was Ward along the boards. He'll come back 2-on-2 with Brooks Laich. Joel Ward to the goal mouth. Laich's stick was tied up by Jannik Hansen. Brooks Laich to point position. Schmidt, then Hillen. Long slapper muffled by Dorsett. Wrist shot coming from Schmidt right to the goalie gear of Ryan Miller, and he'll hang on. 6 minutes, 2 seconds gone by in the second period. A 1-1 count. We're always keeping our eyes on Alex Ovechkin. Boom. Down goes the opponent. Up comes Alex's hand. A-OK. Trotz's boys have responded with a second period goal. It's 1-1. On the Toyota League leaderboard locker, these teams don't allow shooters to shoot.
5 teams under 27.5 shots per game allowed. At the top of the pack, just under 26 is the Minnesota Wild, the Blues, the Wings, and the Caps, along with the Hawks. Very tough to get shots against.
30 days away are we from Nationals Park in a Winter Classic matchup between the Caps and Blackhawks. Remember, our Twitter question tonight, hashtag Capitals Talk. What storylines do you want Epics to cover in its all-access series in advance of the Winter Classic? Almost 7 minutes played in the second period of a 1-1 draw. Brooks Laich digging in along the boards with Eric Fair. Henrik Sedin there for Vancouver. Daniel Sedin for Verbata. He pinwheels one looking for Henrik, who was lassoed by Brooks Laich. Ward's feed for Fair. He'll float it right to Ryan Miller, and that's all she wrote from there. We are 1-1 in Washington. You can stay up to date on your favorite team. Download the new CSN Washington app today. It features breaking news, instant analysis, scores, and now video. Get everything Capitals, Redskins, Wizards, DC United, and more right now on the new CSN Washington app. A pan of the bench. The boys in the red sweaters are 10-9-4 this season, in 4th place in the Metropolitan, as they take aim on Ryan Miller tonight with the NHL on CSN. Everything going right on time so far tonight, unlike Vancouver's last outing at Joe Louis. Edler winds and fires. Hope he was screened, but it never arrived at his doorstep.
Electric problem, right?
Yeah, game was delayed by about 35 minutes. There was a power surge that knocked some of the lights out.
And I heard today they couldn't pregame skate either because of a power surge.
Not good.
No.
There's a new arena expected in Detroit for the start of the 2017-18 season. Long ways away. Backstrom ready to draw against Bonino. Faceoff belongs to Vancouver. Edler hustles over. Ovechkin will give him a nudge. Burrows wins the battle for the Canucks for Higgins. This is tapped to the corner. Nicholas Backstrom picking up the assist on the John Carlson goal here in the second. Now has points in 6 straight. Alex Ovechkin takes the handoff from Schmidt and clears in. Edler, Swedish Olympian, came on through. Icing is washed out. The long clearing attempt finds Tom Wilson. He'll go indirectly for Yevgeny Kuznetsov. Richardson was waiting. Whoop! Ovechkin just thumped Spiza and makes his exit to the bench. Wilson lining up on Weber. Tom Wilson, off of a goal performance in Toronto. Wilson has dropped the mittens in 3 straight games. Richardson badgered by Kuznetsov to the boards.
And that hasn't happened since the Donald was here, Joe B. Donald Brashear.
Donald long wrister flagged down by Braden Holtby. Alex Ovechkin can time it with the best of them.
Here he is coming right into your living room. Spiza knows it's coming, but OV with 3 hits, 2 of them wicked. This is a second real good lick on a Vancouver Canuck here in the game. 1 in the first period, now 1 in the second.
What's the most important thing for a young player to do to deliver a check like that?
Timing.
Yep.
Make sure you don't, run into the guy and take 300 steps before you get there. Notice you get toughed there. He lowers his shoulder. He hits him square. There's no stick up in the air. Sticks on the ice. You're not going to take a penalty with a very good shoulder check, just like that one on Spiza.
Dorset loves to stir it up. Annually among the NHL penalty minute leaders.
Right off the face-off there. Kicks it back to the point. Moves to the middle. Just a little wrist shot. There you see Dorset trying to get positioning, a pretty good box out by the Capitals defenders.
Dorset scored late in the first, Carlson early in the second. It's a 1-1 hockey game here at Verizon Center. Cross rink for Hillen with an open shooting lane. Pad save Miller. The follow-up from Chimera came right on through. Schmidt cranks it up off the outside of the goal. Canucks stay on side on the attack. Hansen and Horvat and Dorset have been effective for Willie Desjardins. There's a penalty call coming here. Looks like it's a hold.
Yeah, it's going to come on the Caps. The Vancouver Canucks on their transition got the puck down the left flank there, and they're going to be whistled for the first minor, are the Caps, and it's going to be Troy Brouwer on the back check. So Sedin and their power play goes to work here. First power play between both clubs in this hockey game. Brouwer will have a seat for holding right along the wall. Notice he gets the stick in there on Hansen and then wraps his right arm around his right shoulder, and it's the offside official that sees that coming right into his vision, and he puts Brouwer off to the sin bin.
Watch out for number 7, Lyndon Vey, who has 4 power play goals. You see the special teams numbers for these 2 units. Booming drive from Edler didn't get through, and then Fair will clear. Washington's PK at home is just about 85%. Radim Vrbata moseys behind his own cage. 1 minute and 40 seconds to operate on the power play for white-sweatered Vancouver. Henrik Sedin on the entry for Daniel. Daniel Sedin for Henrik. He was cleaned out by Orpik. They put the rotation on. Henrik back for Edler. Wrist shot through the screen, deflected as it's off of Carlson. Bay was camped out in front. That's where he makes his hay, no pun intended, on the power play. Good work on the perimeter here for Vancouver. Edler reversing the flow. Henrik Sedin isolated. Henrik Sedin shimmies. Does not elect to shoot. Not yet, at least. He had a power play goal against Washington back in October. Edler feeds. Vrbata fires, and Holtby read it well.
Well, they much rather have it coming off the stick ahead.
Wonderful centering pass to score. Daniel Sedin makes it 2-1.
52 seconds of zone time, and this was a power play, Joe, that has not been running hot. 3 power play goals for Vancouver in their last 10 games, just 3 of 27. But there you see the passing ability of Daniel and Henrik. Starts with a Vrbata slap shot, and that's where they want the puck. They want him blasting away. He gets to the corner and reverses the puck to open up the penalty killing. And there you see one of the best backhand passes we've seen this year. Number one, it had tempo. Number two, it's up in the air. And number three, it lands right on the stick of his brother. Pretty darn impressive. One more look at the pass, more so than the goal. Here it comes. Notice the elevation, Joe, and it lands perfectly for a strike on their power play.
Niskanen closing in with a fake slapper that got Higgins down to the deck. That was exactly what Barry Trotz was talking about earlier today, Locker, when he referenced the Sedins, their short game around the net can be exquisite. And there it gives the Canucks the advantage. Burrows towards the goal, steered aside by Braden Holtby. Vancouver on the advantage as we cross the midway mark of regulation time. Ovechkin blasting down the wing. Fires that one off with the defender, Spiza. His centering pass comes to the point. Niskanen unloads. That goes wide of the goal. Schmidt into the shooting channel. Keeping it on the outside for Backstrom. Delivers for a Schmidt one-timer that didn't get through. It was erased in front by the defensive Tanev. Chris Tanev wanders ahead. A long drive that's speared by Holtby. Willie Desjardins changing the Canucks on the go. 8:50 to go, second period at 2-1 for the visitors. Jack Hillen settling it down. Rolls the biscuit cross rink for Schmidt. Veteran blue liner for Washington gets the center stripe and he'll dump it in. All the way around she comes. Dorsett put a hook check onto Johansson. Wins the board battle ahead. Hansen splitting two defenders. Jannik Hansen keeps it alive for Horvat. He was leg tripped there by Beagle. Play allowed to continue. The centering pass in the front, loose there at the post. Dorsett with another quality chance, and the whistle comes. 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go in period two. It was a 1-1 hockey game for a while. Vancouver gets the power play. Sedin twins work their magic to give the Canucks the advantage. 2-1 Vancouver. Derek Dorsett to the left, Jay Beagle to the right. Both of them involved in this recent infraction.
Yeah, that fourth line, Horvat, Dorsett, and Jannik Hansen doing a pretty good job. You see the hook in front right there. Beagle takes down the Canuck forward. The Caps will go to the PK once again, and a cross-check to boot that goes uncalled. Beagle to the box. Power play Vancouver.
How many ice bags do you think Dorsett has before it's all over tonight?
A body bath.
Power play stats packaged by the UPS store. Vancouver was 2 for 5 in its win over Washington in late October. This is a slap shot that was blocked by an errant stick. Nice help. Henrik Sedin looking for the loose puck. Troy Brouwer says go fetch. Troy Brouwer from North Delta in British Columbia, about 40 minutes south of where the old Pacific Coliseum was in Vancouver. Henrik Sedin on the entry for Daniel, who has given Vancouver the lead on the man advantage a few moments ago. This one's high in the air off the backboards. John Carlson comes to flush out Henrik Sedin. Verbata has the puck. Top side to Edler. Henrik Sedin, the captain for the Canucks, on the interchange with Daniel. Edler doesn't shoot it. Verbata will. A laser that went over the shoulder of Holtby. Daniel Sedin for Edler. Long wrister, pad save. Rebound at the doorstep. Verbata. He scores.
First power play, they had 52 seconds of zone time. This time they have 46 seconds of zone time. The Capitals try to bat the puck out of midair in front of Holtby, and it lands right on Verbata's stick. He's got his 11th goal of the season. He's now at 226 career goals. Half wall, Sedin to the point. Edler's the conductor. The shot. There's the play right there at a midair. You can see the stick of Orpik just about at the right time getting the puck, but it bounces over his stick. He can't find it, and Verbata coming from the high slot puts it in. Our 84 Lumber slow-mo cam. You see the Verbata shot elude the Capitals netminder past the blocker.
Richardson right on in. The Canucks are looking for more. They have a 3-1 advantage. Game 3 of a 7-game road swing for the Canucks. They're out shooting Washington 22-11. 2 power play goals for Vancouver, separated by less than 3 minutes. Tom Wilson for the Capitals, finding Alex Ovechkin, darting out of the corner. Wilson point position. Alsner fires, deflected. That's a good save there for Ryan Miller. And then his defenders help him cover up.
Some pushing and shoving in front of the net. The Capitals trying to respond to that goal by Vrbata. Nick Backstrom and company, you mentioned his streak that he's on. Good production from the top line for the Caps. 5-on-5, they're going to have to connect. They can't be just a power play team, which we talked about in Toronto. And against Miller, he's always been a thorn in the side of the Capitals. You look at his numbers over his career, pretty impressive. Luongo has the most wins ever. Fleury, Lundqvist, Miller, and Ward. 3 behind the leader in the NHL.
Those numbers straight up against Washington. Miller has won 3 of his last 4 outings. 3-1 for the Canucks. Vrbata has 11 goals. 5 of them are power plays, and so much damage in the second as Brouwer looks to split the gap. Troy Brouwer pinned to the boards by Tanev. Back to even in full strength. Vancouver's power play hitting pay dirt twice in the second period. Schmidt muscles one in from center all the way around. Johansson digging in. You look down at Troy Brouwer just the same. Run to the wall by Bonino. There's 5 players in the scrum. Out of that swarm, the Canucks emerge with it. Burrows. Drop pass. Long wrister. Jabbed aside by Holtby. As Tanev will exit the proceedings. Ward is hiding behind the defense of Spiza. Weber will gather him in. 5:25 with which to work. Second period and 3-1 for visiting Vancouver. Fans trying to get behind their Caps here as Carlson fired. He scores!
Carlson, long-range shot. Good work by Chimero. Get the primary assist, and he moves to the middle and just lets it go. And there you'll see it squirting between the pads and under the stick of a surprise Miller. Miller thought he had everything covered, but watch at the end of this. You'll see his stick miss the puck, and it goes right through the pads. A wind-up by Carlson, nice and low. It did not hit anybody. And that's something that Miller routinely would stop 9 of 10. The Caps will take it. Carlson's got a pair here tonight.
Credit to a leaping Joel Ward who took the eyes away of Ryan Miller there. 14:43 the time of the tally, and Caps faithful really have something to cheer about. Here's a 2-man break in, fired! Great stop. Miller off of Fair. Ryan Miller. You look back and you think, well, he may have given the Caps one. Right there, he stole one away from Eric Fair. From the net cam, the ricochet between the pads. Carlson celebrates. It's 3-2 Canucks. Caps are at home tonight, but Hadid shows us the road ahead.
3 of the next 5 away from Verizon, including the next 3. You go from Carolina with 7 wins to New Jersey with 9 wins to Tampa Bay with 17 wins. Tough road for the Caps, and then the Blue Jackets and Lightning on home ice. We'll have all the coverage right here on CSN.
This is our first game in December. Vancouver won 9 times in November, Washington 6. Henrik Sedin has been vital as always, and the Canucks approach tonight. He'll take this draw against Eric Fair. Capitals had won the first 7 face-offs in this second period. We drift below 5 minutes to go in the frame. Vrbata looking for Daniel Sedin. Play it on around, switch it up. Tanev, cross rink. That's going to force Edler to backtrack. Henrik Sedin on the wide glide. Daniel tried to throw it into space. Ward, who picked up an assist on Carlson's second goal of the contest, fires this one wide of Ryan Miller. Fair jumped the gun there on Tanev. Neat move to collect the puck, work the cycle for Light. Light protecting the biscuit all the way to point position. Schmidt there with a wrister that floats high. Ward will dig it out along the boards. Light getting involved too. Ward turns and fires. That was answered. Light, good hustle. Great shift here for this line. Ward fires again. Blocked off by Tanev. Fans wanted a call there on Edler. Officials allowed the play to continue. 3-2 Vancouver, 3:45 in the second period. Hillen towards the goal with plenty of traffic. It didn't get through. Henrik Sedin looking for his identical twin Daniel. That pass was deflected aside. Willie Desjardins, former coach of the Texas Stars in the AHL, will make the line change. Wilson out wide for Backstrom. Lets it go. Caught a little bit of the glove of Brian Miller. Niskanen will creep in from point position. Offer it to Backstrom. Nicholas Backstrom waits. Distributes it up top. There's a delayed penalty call coming. Slap shot from Niskanen off the outside of the goal. And now Washington's power play late in the second can tie it.
Their first power play of the game, and it all starts because the last 3 shifts have been excellent shifts when it comes to the forecheck. It's going to be assistant captain
Vancouver number 3, 2-minute slash.
heading off for the slashing minor. He's not going to like it. Has a few choice words for the referee, but here it is down low. First of all, the push on Backstrom, then he's going to come around. He's going to give him a little whack, and where that whack is on his gloves. And the referees are going to call any infraction around the glove area. If he exits to the box, the power play here, Joe B, to tie it up.
Brouwer, Backstrom, Johansson, Ovechkin, and Niskanen 5 on ice. The Caps are 28.8% effective overall. Second best only to Pittsburgh. Vancouver's penalty killing is in the top 10. Washington has a power play goal in each of its last 4 games. Ovechkin right off the draw, slap past Johansson. His relay was blocked. One more chance to the goal mouth. It ricochets back on top for Niskanen. Marcus Johansson settling in along the half wall. Interchanging with Backstrom. Nicholas feeds. Brouwer bunts it out wide. Niskanen for Ovechkin. Tanev was there quickly to call upon him. Brouwer opening up. Miller makes the save, juggled the rebound, and then clamped down on it with a glove.
No, Miller's last 2 saves have been super. The one on the catching glove affair, and that one off the right shoulder against Brouwer. You know, Brouwer's a guy that hangs out in that area between the 2 circles, gets it, off-angle shot, sort of a fall-away snapshot. Had pretty good mustard on it for falling away right into the shoulder. No rebound. Good support by the defenseman for Vancouver.
Ryan Miller making save number 14 in the process. The Caps are still a man up for 90 seconds. Niskanen will keep it alive in the attack territory. Backstrom, quick passing play on the rotation for Ovechkin. Forced by Matthias. Johansson was intercepted there. Good defensive play in the clear by Edler.
And pretty good job by the Capitals generating some shots. This is a very tough penalty killing unit to get shots on. Vancouver allows the 3rd fewest shots when it comes to their penalty killing unit. So finding a guy like Brouwer, the offside like Ovechkin, could work out very well here if they can strike.
Braden Holtby will tee it up. 2 minutes to go in period 2. Lattice's intermission live is coming up. Niskanen leaves to Johansson. Gliding back through center with Backstrom, who conducts everything on the man advantage. There's Backstrom. Fine pad save by Miller.
That was a sweet give and go with Backstrom and Mojo. Nicely done.
Caps couldn't touch the puck there. They would have been ruled offside, so the short-handed Canucks are able to send it on down. Richardson shoulder to shoulder there with his check. Gave Niskanen the what-for as Ovechkin rockets back through center. Johansson, the feed cross rink off the boot of Daniel Sedin. John Carlson has the puck at 2 goals in this game in the second period. Kuznetsov deals for Johansson. Yevgeny Kuznetsov, man advantage 4 seconds. Kuznetsov waits. Through the seam, Miller gets over there to rob Ovechkin. That was a sharp angle bid, but Alex had a ton of pace behind it.
Man, it's a smart goaltender. As a goaltender, you have to be very smart, and that was a reaction by Miller. He knew Ovechkin was there. He was actually just about there to be square on that shot by OV before OV shot that puck.
3 shots on the man advantage for Washington, all of them rejected by Miller. It stays a 3-2 game in favor of the Canucks with 40 seconds to go in the second period. Tanev with a long strides, gets to the loose puck. Leaves it on the boards for Spiza. Kuznetsov pinwheels towards the front. Help comes there, but Vancouver able to spill back to neutral ice. 24-18, they're out shooting Washington. The lead goal for the moment, Radim Vrbata on the power play in this middle frame. 10 ticks left. like circling at center. Beagle there to help, but this is offside against the Capitals. Folks, we have McDonald's trivia for you to ponder late second period. Who were the first 2 Swedish players to play for the Caps? Who were the first 2 Swedish players to play for the Caps?
Oh, boy.
Craig?
I think I've got one.
Craig, I have one. I only have one.
That's all I have.
Oh, man. 6 seconds to go in the period. A late opportunity. Long slapper from Bonino and a blocker pad save for Hopi as the siren sounds. Pretty wide open. Pretty wide open in period number 2. 3-2 for Vancouver after 2. Carlson with both salvos for DC. Lattice's Intermission Live is coming up. Chuck Gormley will help us out with an interview, highlights and stats, and Craig Lachlan to tell us straight. All of those things of which you are familiar. It's the NHL on Comcast Sportsnet, a 3-2 lead for Vancouver. As we send you back to the studio now, Chick Hernandez and Brian Mitchell with this Sports Talk Live preview. All the sights and sounds of fast-paced action in the NHL on Comcast Sportsnet. The Washington Capitals closing the book on their regular season get-togethers with the Vancouver Canucks, and the Canucks have a 3-2 lead after 2. Before we start the third, earlier tonight we asked you on Twitter, hashtag Capitals Talk, what are the storylines that you want to see Epics cover, Locker, in their all-access series on the Winter Classic?
Transformation in Nats Park, that's a good idea. It's always cool to see the hockey rink put in any type of field, whether it be football or baseball. Storyline on Burakovsky and Kuznetsov as they mature during their first seasons.
Brian McClellan with his work in his first season as the GM. Cameras will be sure to capture him. Braden Holtby, chock full of all of those eccentricities.
Joe B goes shopping for a new suit. Wait a second here. A new suit or a down coat? It could be cold.
Are you buying?
Shearling. You need a shearling.
Are you buying?
We'll split it.
Good. I like that. And off we go with period 3. The 89th meeting all time between these two. A very productive Vancouver power play, giving them the advantage on the road. This is game 3 of a 7-game trek for them. Washington starts a 3-game swing on Thursday in Raleigh. Capitals here in the red sweaters. Eric Fair in NHL Game 400 plays cross rink. Radim Vrbata is out there to get things going for the Canucks under the direction of Willie Desjardins.
After the Caps, they have Pittsburgh, Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal. Then they return home, Joe B, do the Canucks, and they're home for 9 of the next 11 following this 7-game trip.
That's all, huh? Sounds pretty easy for Henrik and company. Wonderful playmaking maestro Henrik Sedin leads the Canucks in points.
And here he is, smarting just a little bit, wiped out on his neat little shot right there from behind. Actually didn't wipe out, took a pretty good cross check to the back, and down he went, smarting on the bench of Vancouver.
You'd wipe out too.
Oh yeah.
Alex Burrows with a wrister that was squelched by Karl Alzner. This is an offside call against Vancouver, just 51 seconds into the middle frame.
Alex Ovechkin got that one shot on 7 attempts through the first 40 minutes. That was on that power play, on the quick shot that it looked like from up here that Miller read it perfectly. Look for this line to generate more opportunities here in the third to tie this game up.
Ovechkin, who leads the league in shots on goal, something he has done 8 times already in his career by season's end.
The only player over 100 shots coming into tonight's action.
Matt Niskanen is teamed up with Karl Alzner in back, protecting Braden Holtby. Holtby against Ryan Miller in the net-minding matchup. As we just get going in period 3, a 1-goal affair. What else is new around the NHL? There are 9 other games going on this Tuesday night. So many league-wide results go in the books as one-goal decisions. The first one between these two was a 4-2 triumph for Vancouver. An empty netter from Bravada sealing the deal. Ovechkin looking for the late guy. Coming there was Wilson. The pass was behind him. Matthias on the break. This is 3-on-1 for a booming drive from Bieksa that was erased by Hillen. Back through center comes Wilson for Washington. And he'll place it back behind Miller's cage so that Barry Trotz can make a line change.
That was just about a 4-on-1 coming up ice because the Capitals were in attack mode. They didn't get it below the top of the circles, and that led to Vancouver and their quick opportunity going the other way. You have to block shots in this day and age, and it's across the board. Here they come. It's three and then one more guy, and here's Hillen with a beautifully timed block. You know, if he goes too early, he's out of position. Timing is everything when blocking shots in the NHL.
Jack Hillen's career totals, 28-year-old Minnesota native, will be 29 in January. With Vancouver on top, Carolina has the lead elsewhere, top of the screen for scores out of town. Pittsburgh gets the jump on the Devils in the third period. The Islanders have a one-goal advantage over Ottawa. John Tavares is on the board. Toronto keeping up its hot hand with a 3-goal bulge over Dallas. The Toronto Maple Leafs with James Van Riemsdyk and Joffrey Lupul, the last to strike on their ledger. Here it's a 3-2 lead for Vancouver. A couple of power play goals in the second period. John Carlson has both tallies for Washington. Caps in the offensive zone. Kuznetsov crisscrossing there with Johansson. Brouwer left it in his wake. Kuznetsov's spinning backhand goes wide of the goal. Richardson on guard for the Canucks. Matthias is next off the woodwork and back to center. The quick up finds Brouwer. On through him. Ryan Miller in the midst of a hot streak. These Canucks have won 3 of their last 4. They were bested by Detroit most recently. Johansson's one-timer caroms to the slot right on through Brouwer. Point position for Niskanen. Slapped past to Brouwer. Wrister on the way. Didn't get through the traffic. And the Canucks' Lyndon Bay, with the help of Dorsett, will clear. Braden Holtby says it's going to be icing, and the linesmen agree.
Great opportunity for Troy Brouwer off the far post. Had the empty net, just couldn't bang it in. Started with Kuznetsov on a cycle, left side of the screen. Here comes Brouwer out of the corner. Just on the backhand, too difficult to slam that one home. If he's on his forehand, the Caps have tied it up. Backhand, very difficult to get it around that point. And post for Troy Brouwer.
6 tallies for Brouwer on the year, 4 of them beneath this roof here at Verizon Center as Backstrom tries to control the draw against the teenager Horvat. Mo Horvat comes away with the puck and Bieksa will shovel it on out. 3.5 minutes into the third and Vancouver clings to a 1-goal lead on enemy ice. Chris Tanev takes the relay from Miller and just plops it to center. Picked up on the run by Dorsett. It was Dorsett who struck first in this game. He and Schmidt collide. This is Ovechkin at center ice. Cross rink for Backstrom. Nicholas has kept his point scoring streak alive. Hillen fires. That's deflected and we get a penalty call by the trail official. An interference call from referee Dan O'Halloran.
And it's going to go against Big Willie, trying to separate the Vancouver Canucks. 2 of them went down. And he's going to take an interference call and a dive, Joe. So we're going to have 4-on-4.
2 minutes interference, 51, 2 minutes embellishment.
Well, so the embellishment call. So the Caps and Canucks will skate 4-on-4 for the first time. Derek Dorsett tries to draw the penalty. Willie gets the first one. Here they are in the half wards. Watch Willie come in and try to get Edler and Dorsett. And there's the shot. That's called embellishment. And the Caps will take that one. Joe beat 4-on-4 upcoming.
So the official didn't like that splash dive there.
No.
Huh? No? Alrighty. Coach Desjardins barking out instructions to his charges as Eric Fair prepares to take this draw. 4-on-4 hockey, just shy of the 4-minute mark in this game. We're just past the top of the hour. It's the NHL on Comcast Sportsnet. Second and final regular season meeting between these cross-conference rivals. Vancouver has won 9 of the last 11 straight up against the Caps. Bieksa Saucer pass for Spiza with the open ice. Brooks Laich forcing the defender back. Henrik Sedin threw it into the pack. Laich was still in that trail. Orpik finds Carlson. Curling drag move. Carlson to a backhand, had it blocked. John Carlson with the 2-second period markers against Miller. This is Laich funneling it along the boards. Fair is next. Shot by Spiza. Nice catch in the pass. Laich scores! Dazzling handiwork.
An uncharacteristic giveaway by Sedin, and the Capitals jump on it 4-on-4. What a pickup and an even better finish. Fair starts with it. There's Laich between the legs. Highlight reel. Goal of the night is going to be right there. Has a little bit of everything. The way he put it around Bieksa, the way he put it under the bar with the goaltender down. That is the goal of the night. What a beautifully executed 2-on-2. And Brooks Laich has tied it up here in Washington.
Brooks Laich inching closer towards 300 points in his NHL career. Marvelous work there at the 439 mark. We are brand new at 3 apiece. The 4-on-4 strike for the Caps, their 4th this season. Carl Alsner has the biscuit, playing on for Alex Ovechkin. Ovechkin rumbling through center, bluffs the slapper, tries the toe drag move, and Edler with a poke check. Alex Edler has done a nice job against Ovechkin, straight up one-on-one tonight. Ovechkin will try it again. Bonino is ready to stack him up at center, as both teams are getting some fresh troops out there. Capitals have erased a 3-1 deficit. Matthias, explosive skater working down the wing, pulls the trigger, and Holtby makes the pad save. End to end, back comes Carlson. He'll dump it in. Two teams are 4-on-4 for another 10 ticks. Richardson to collect for Vancouver. Ran into the forecheck of Marcus Johansson. Stanton played sparingly in the second period. 18 White is back out there for Vancouver. Didn't get it clear. Brouwer's backhand is shoveled wide of the goal. Dorsett hatchets that one back to center. Brooks Orpik moseying down the flank. His pass caroms to the high slot. Canucks have it surrounded. Dorsett and Horvat have been good together tonight. Horvat fanned on his wrist shot release there. At center, Canucks with the entry. Hansen's cross rink delivery. Good back check though by Jason Chimera. Spiza teaming up with Bieksa. Right up the gut for Horvat. He was sandwiched by defenders as Holtby helps them out. Schmidt ran into trouble. Some congestion along the boards. Hansen bluffed the slapper. Bieksa will choose Spiza. We're back to 5-on-5 in a 3-3 game. Chimera goes one-on-one against Bieksa. Ward is joining. Chimera fires and Bieksa steers it out of play. 7 minutes. 2 seconds gone by in the third. Capitals get the equalizer in brilliant fashion. Brooks Laich, top shelf on CSN. 3-3, Caps and Canucks in period 3. Tonight's Cold Hard Fact is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mr. Fair hits 400.
Yeah, drafted 18th overall in 03 and has played 365 games for the Caps. There you see his numbers, 147 points total for Eric Fair as part of this Caps team, including a huge assist on the tying goal here tonight with Brooks Laich.
Think back to his junior days, Locker and Brandon, 50 and 59 goal seasons. I want to say he and Joffrey Lupul were just around the same time tormenting the WHL. Off a scramble here, Fair's follow-up chance was blocked by the sliding defender, and it stays beneath Edler long enough.
That's a wonderful stop by Edler because the goaltender had no clue where that Fair shot was coming from. Edler logs a ton of time for Desjardins, the coach. Here comes the shot, deflection, looking in front, the follow-up there, and Edler, a save. A beautiful save right in the slot. Edler has 4 blocked shots in this hockey game. That probably the biggest one here in the third.
Coach Desjardins gives Alex about 24 minutes a game. Vancouver almost 20 blocks in this contest alone. Fair digs in on the draw once more. Possession belongs to the Canucks with 12:47 to go in regulation time of a 3-3 game. Brooks Orpik on the hop for the Capitals. Out there for Joel Ward, who turns 34 today. Like now feeling it, working it wide. Brooks Like pinned to the boards by Weber, fights through that check. His point pass gets away from Carlson. John Carlson with a 3-point night, equaling his single game best. Fair rubbed out along the boards. Weber goes down. Fair stays up. Alzner, switch it. Niskanen fires. That goes wide of Ryan Miller. Alzner lets this one fly, deflected by Higgins. The faceoff will stay in the offensive zone. Time for the hard hits highlights of the game, brought to you by Timberland Pro.
And all but 4 guys have hits. 15 Caps have hits in this hockey game. They've been honing in. Ovechkin, a heavy hitter with 3 hits, 2 of them beautiful ones. Niskanen taking down Dorsett in front of the net. A lot of heavy hits in this hockey game here tonight.
Backstrom preparing to take the draw. Washington out hitting the Canucks by 10. Nicholas has points in 6 straight games with his helper tonight. Swedish Olympic teammate for him, Edler, rolls it back to center. This is 5-on-5 play. Shots on goal are 27-19 for Vancouver. Bonino turns, finds the open space for Chris Tanev. Scissored to the boards there by Alzner. Tanev winds and drives a knuckler that goes wide of the cage, and then Holtby had to sprint back to the post. Centering pass intended for Higgins. He chops at it. Tanev kept it alive. Niskanen golfing at the puck, didn't get it clear. Alzner has a little bit of time with which to work. Canucks were in the middle of a change. Exit path for Backstrom. His speed intercepted. Mathias roaring down the wing. Sean Mathias turns on Hillen. Backhander stopped by Holtby.
Yeah, Hillen lost his stick as he went to pivot to try to poke check the big rig, Mathias.
Yevgeny Kuznetsov is marked by Bieksa. This will bounce back to center. Canucks have possession for just a moment as Schmidt relieved him of the
that
puck.
could be a delay of game.
He put it into the seats. Now the question is that delay of game?
It sure looks like it. It was about 10 feet inside the blue line, and he knuckled it up and over the glass, and I think he's going to go off for delay of game. Should be a power play upcoming for Vancouver. An unlucky bounce of the puck, I think, by the Caps, but they're going to be whistled. Schmitty saying what for?
Washington 88, 2 minutes delay game.
And there's a call, delay a game. He was about 10 feet inside the blue line. The puck was rolling. Here he is. Schmitty gets it. He's inside the blue, and there's the chip up and over the glass, Joe B. And the referee detected it. If it goes cleanly, it is a penalty. And from our angles here, it did not look like it went off the glass.
A huge penalty-killing episode for Washington. Power play stats are packaged by the UPS store. A 3-3 hockey game nearing the midway mark of period 3. Alex Edler glides through center. Hard shooting defender, plays the pass to the boards to himself, was dragged down by Niskanen. Chimera keeps it moving, and he'll send the Canucks chasing back into their own territory.
They need a huge penalty kill. The penalty kill is reeling a little bit. This is one that can get them out of the funk if they can shut it down.
Big drive, rocket shot from Daniel Sedin. It's 4-3.
That is a blast. A la Bobby Hull coming down that left wing. He unloaded with no one around him. Schmitty comes out of the box just 36 seconds after being in there. Here comes Sedin winding it up. That's Henrik. Saucer on the backhand to Daniel, and look at where he takes that shot. And it couldn't be any finder right under the bar. And it's another power play goal for Vancouver. And right over the left shoulder, out and challenging, and that is just a great shot by Sedin, giving his club the lead 4-3.
Like tied it exactly 5 minutes ago. Daniel Sedin gets his second on the night. Another helper from his identical twin. It's 4-3 Canucks, and the Caps have allowed 3 power play goals in consecutive games.
And that's not good. And I was hoping, as I said that, Joe, they needed that kill to give momentum and to hold on to it because they were turning this game around after the light goal.
Tom Wilson leaves it back on the boards there for Alex Ovechkin. Then comes to support the Caps captain as the Canucks will skate it clear. Edler doing the honors. Line change on the go for Vancouver. Ditto to some degree for Washington. Ryan Miller and the Canucks protecting a 1-goal advantage with 9.5 to go. Nate Schmidt, unfortunately for the young defenseman, a delay of game penalty on an innocent-looking clear leads to another power play strike from the guys in white. Schmidt plays the boards again. Managed to get it ahead through center. Marcus Johansson wanted to pick it up in stride. Instead, he'll turn back. Jack Hillen been effective getting up ice tonight. Evgeny Kuznetsov weaving through the traffic. Kuznetsov a delicate pass there, and John Carlson was just a step late. So they reorganize. Kuznetsov entry offside against Washington, and the whistle comes. 8:51 to go. We'll get you back to Verizon Center in just a few moments. The Caps need at least one more. This game summary is brought to you by 9-Point Systems. They offer the technology you need when you need it. Vancouver's power play, perfect.
John Carlson providing most of the his first career 2-goal game. He's also picked up an assist, and he's +3 for the Caps. Brooks Light has his first goal since March 8th of last season, and it was a beauty. The goal of the game for sure should be the highlight reel goal of the night in the NHL. The way he put that top shelf and the way he picked up that pass from Eric Fehr.
Brooks has been bothered by injury, playing just his 9th game this season. Braden Holtby and the Capitals entertaining Vancouver, a team that's 2nd place in the Pacific Division. Brooks Laich waiting for his next chance, closing in on point number 300. Capitals have surrendered 30 shots to this point to the Canucks. They have just 19 on their side as Hansen's bid was blocked. Chimera ahead for Burakovsky. Andre will dump it in. Beagle's in hot pursuit of Miller. Spiza keeps it going. Chimera locked up along the boards right in front of the Washington bench by Hansen. Chimera trying to come cross rink. Jason will play for Karl Alzner. Exchanging the puck with Matt Niskanen. Niskanen pass tumbles towards the goal. Bieksa missed it on the soccer-style kick, but this is offside against Washington. From the promo department, your kids can join the Kids Club today for just $20. As a member, you'll receive the Kids Club kit. It includes a Nicholas Backstrom bobblehead, monthly newsletters, contests, and invitations to exciting events. For more info or to join, WashingtonCaps.com.
Not too many smiles right now, Joe B, here at Verizon Center.
I'd like to see a few more of those. Capitals did get their 3rd goal of the contest. Compliments of Brooks Laich. They had scored 2 goals or less in 6 of the last 8. But the Vancouver power play has looked invincible, at least for tonight. 3 for 3. Wilson closing, a pad save for Miller. Jack Hillen joining the thrust. Hillen finding Alex Ovechkin. Ovechkin feeds. Schmidt was jammed by that pass. Defenders getting back there. There's a penalty call to come here, and it's an interference call.
And it's going against Alex Ovechkin, the Capitals captain. After Tanev moved the puck, Alex kabonged him, so Tanev goes down. He draws the penalty. The Capitals captain will head to the box. Here's an isolation of Alex Ovechkin, passing it into the slots. Watch Tanev get the puck, move it, and then he drills him. And you've got a count of a couple, and that was very close, Joe, to being legal. But the referee deemed that the puck had left his stick for a long enough time to send Alex to the box for the interference call.
Ovechkin very much a disbeliever in that call. These
So
power
am
play
I.
stats packaged by the UPS store. A chance for Vancouver to enhance their lead. Edler along the wall with Henrik Sedin. Daniel Sedin will twist it. The point drive kicked out by Holtby. Another bullet from Verbata. He has to be salivating with the way these guys can sprinkle the puck around the outside.
Yeah, he just gets ready, gets his stick up in the air and yells and communicates with them, and they'll find him.
Daniel Sedin has 3 points tonight, a couple of goals. Twin brother Henrik has 2 sparkling assists.
Yeah, coming into this game, Daniel was running goal, Joe. Just 1 goal his previous 14 games overall, and now he's got a pair for the Canucks here in Washington.
He's always been a tremendous shooter. Henrik finds Verbata angling into the zone. To the deep slot, that was well read there by Beagle. Lyndon Vey kept it alive. Power play Vancouver, 65 seconds left in the sentence on Alex Ovechkin. 6.5 to go in regulation. Henrik Sedin leaves it for Daniel. Daniel knifing in. Henrik Sedin back for Daniel to the front, just slung wide as Vey was set up at point-blank range.
Do the Sedins ever remind me, especially Henrik, the way he has the puck on the boards, very similar to Nick Backstrom. There's something about Swedes and their pressure points. They just do not get rattled, and that's what makes them such excellent NHL players. Back, he'll hold onto the puck under pressure. Sedin holds it under pressure. That's the difference that great players have, Joe. It's that patience with the puck, and Sedin shows it, as does Nick Backstrom.
Where's the panic point?
Yeah, exactly.
Bieksa using the cage for some leverage. Ran into the flight plan there of Eric Fehr. 14 seconds left in the minor penalty for Washington. Back through center comes Weber on the wing for Higgins. Higgins on the delay. Backstrom was there to make the steal. So the Caps survive that Vancouver man advantage. Just 1 shot on the power play. It remains a 4-3 game for the Canucks down the stretch. John Carlson has a 2-goal performance working. Trying to join the likes of Kevin Hatcher and Sergei Gonchar as defenders who've thrown the hat in their career. Ovechkin for Backstrom. Nicholas looking to create. Carlson chopped at by Horvat. Edler is there for Vancouver. Alexander Edler, strong on his stick, manages to get it out. Time ticking away. Capitals and Canucks tonight. We'll keep you company on Thursday from Raleigh. It's the Capitals and the Canes on CSN. Edler keeping an eye on Tom Wilson so that Vey can spin back through center. That aerial was behind Sean Mathias. 4.5 to go. Brian Miller with the instructions for Spiza. Brouwer was able to get the jump on him. Nice move from Kuznetsov. There's Schmidt. And a sliding Stanton makes the defensive play. Jack Hillen outlasting Sean Mathias as time ticks down to 4 minutes remaining. Johansson scampers through neutral zone. Marcus Johansson full flight. Just missed it to the far post.
Yeah, he had the goaltender Miller leading a little bit off angle. Just missed it. High top shelf, glove side on Ryan Miller.
Miller will pounce on this. Willing to take the defensive zone draw. 3:51 to go. Back for regulation conclusion on CSN. Fans want that tying goal inside of Verizon Center. 4-3 Canucks. Earlier we asked you McDonald's trivia. Name the first 2 Swedish players to play for the Caps. I have Rolf Edberg as one.
And I had Gustafsson as the other, but I don't think I'm close to this one.
Leif Svensson. Leif Svensson. All righty. I had a feeling Bent was not in there.
I know. I thought that's when he started,
that preceded
though.
him. Just about the same time. Heck, we are surrounded by what, like 3/4 of the Swedish national team on the ice tonight.
Yes.
Plenty of good players out there on both sides. The identical twins, Henrik and Daniel Sedin, have been a driving force in Vancouver's efforts tonight. A 4-3 lead. Daniel Sedin's third period power play goal is the difference for now. Eric Fehr's had a terrific night at the face-off dot. His wrister goes wide of the goal. Orpik towards the cage, deflected down, and Miller stayed with it.
Well, that was a good job by Eric Fehr getting that center lane there and being able to deflect it down. Miller's left pad solid on the ice to stop that late deflection.
On the entry, it's Joel Ward. Snapshot, he fanned on it. Ward recaptures. Double teamed along the boards. Backstrom is next in line. He has defenders hung up. Trying to click that one off of Stanton. Schmidt straight away. Outside for Ovechkin. To the interior. Backstrom feeds for Schmidt once more. This is 5-on-5 play. Puck possession for Washington. Ovechkin looking for a window. Did not get that pass through. 4-3 Vancouver. Burrows leans into a slapper right to the gut of Braden Holtby. Thompson Creek with this window of opportunity for John Carlson.
His first was a nice pass from Nick Backstrom, high slot, just receives and shoots. That goes right past the 7-hole, our window of opportunity. Caps all excited along with the fans. His second, a scorching slap shot that skips on the way with good net presence from Joel Ward. A 2-goal night for the Capitals defender.
Once we are through, Capitals postgame live presented by your DC area Acura dealers. We'll follow on Comcast Sportsnet. Al Koken and Alan May standing by for that. This long-range wrister that's deflected wide of Braden Holtby. Caps get the Hurricanes next in Raleigh, North Carolina. Carolina victorious tonight, 2-1 over Nashville.
Yeah.
Victor Rask with the game winner.
They're playing a lot better, Joe, and it's always a tough game when the Caps and Carolina face off every time.
John Carlson sends it below the goal line. We'll keep our eyes on Holtby, see when he's lifted for the extra skater. Johansson bumped along the boards. Tanev comes out of there with a puck. Chris Tanev content to dump it in. Wise move with 2:02 to go. Vancouver doing a nice job of helping Ryan Miller with all those blocked shots. Kuznetsov weaves into the offensive end. A long-range wrister that goes wide of the goal. The net is empty. 6 attackers out there for Washington. Carlson towards the cage. Wilson tries to stuff. Loose in front. It paddles around that slot. Niskanen steps and fires. He blasted it high and wide. 6-on-5 for the Caps. 1:35 to go in the third. This will squirt back through center. Verbata, who had an empty netter in October against the Caps, fighting through a check. Radim Verbata looking for Daniel Sedin. Carlson intercepts. Niskanen working back through center. Leaves it in his wake for Wilson. 1:15 to go. 6-on-5 for the guys in red. Niskanen back to point position. Schmidt on the way. Deflected over top of the goal. Niskanen from a severe angle. Matt Niskanen offers it for Backstrom. Ovechkin one-timer deflected. Miller the stop. Rebounds loose. There's a whistle. The whistle comes. The whistle comes. The face-off's in the offensive end.
And the Capitals fans up in arms. The puck was still loose after it wiggled between the pads of the goaltender Ryan Miller. And there's the explanation by the official. The Caps, I'm sure, will call a timeout here. You see Blaine Forsyth at the front of the bench. They may wait to see if Vancouver calls one ahead of them, but here's the play by OV. And this is a heck of a stop. Look at the deflection. That's a drag deflection, and it hits right off his left pad. Real nice play by Willie on that drag deflection. And then in front, you see Wardo trying to chip it free, which he does. The whistle already went when the referee deemed that puck frozen on our Jeep net cam. You see the quickness of Miller. That was a follow-up well after the whistle went.
Referee Sean Hebert bringing play to a halt. Blaine Forsyth has the offensive guys gathered around at the bench. These Vancouver Canucks, a 4-3 advantage. Locker, you can revisit your voice on value, presented by Morgan Franklin Consulting.
I wanted to see first strike. It didn't happen. That allowed Vancouver to get rolling, but the Capitals responded after being down 3-1, Joe, to tie it up.
Capitals have allowed the first goal, Locker, a dozen times this season. They've only won once. Trying to dramatically tie the game now in regulation's final minute. Verizon Center all up. Everyone standing. Edler uses the boards to get it out. Ovechkin hustling after it. This is an icing call against the Canucks.
Yeah, I would like to have that one back, but he did not get it as Edler went too hard off the board.
Tonight's Caps player of the game is sponsored by the Palm Restaurant. We choose John Carlson.
Yeah, real good explosion offensively. 2 goals, an assist, 3 points, a +3 over 20 minutes of work already.
Enter to be the Palm Fan of the Month at thepalm.com/fan. Ryan Miller peeks out to his left. 53.6 to go. 4-3 Canucks. Caps trailed at 1.31 in this game, rallied to tie. Daniel Sedin on the power play in the third, giving Vancouver the edge. Brouwer wins the draw. Niskanen fumbled it at his feet. It's deflected back through center. Matt Niskanen in a race with Burrows. He'll win it. 44 seconds left for Washington. 6 attackers on with the empty net. Niskanen gets the center line, throws it right to Miller. They'll dig in the corner. Ward shovels it on around. Johansson protecting away from Edler. Point position Niskanen. There's Backstrom. Johansson looking for Brouwer, came on through. Ovechkin sprints to keep it in. 20 seconds left in regulation. Johansson waiting for it along the boards. It took a bad bounce. Johansson feeds back to point position. Niskanen unloads. That hit traffic in front. 10 seconds to go. Backstrom pulls the trigger. It goes wide of the cage. The ricochet comes back to center. 3, 2, and Vancouver will hang on for a 4-3 decision. Ryan Miller celebrates again.
And they stay hot against the Metropolitan Division. They beat the Caps, they beat the Canes, they beat the Devs, they beat Seabus, and now have beat the Caps. They're 5-0 against the Metro Division. The Caps, a valiant effort to come back in this game, Joe B, but the power play, unbelievable for Vancouver here tonight.
Comcast Sportsnet coverage of Capitals hockey has been brought to you by Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. Sport Automotive, Chevrolet and Honda. Carl Alsner is a Sport fan. B12. Visit sportautomotive.com. Papa John's. Visit www.Pepsi NHL Winter Classic Bundle.com to learn more about an exciting offer from Pepsi. Your DC Acura dealers. Check out the new TLX at DCAcura.com. And by the AT&T Aspire Initiative. Canucks have won 5 of the last 6 against Washington, 10 of the last 12, in fact, by virtue of a 4-3 decision tonight. They down the Caps in D.C. For Craig Laughlin, for Chuck Gormley, for all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, thanks for your time. Be sure to join us Thursday evening. It's the Caps and the Carolina Hurricanes, 7 o'clock Eastern. Up next, Capitals post-game live. Al Koken and Alan May are standing by. Vancouver, in the midst of a season-long road swing, gets the victory on the strength of 3 more power play goals. The Canucks celebrate in our nation's capital.